For anyone that is new to this, my name is Julie, and this is a relaxing yoga session. It's just meant to help you drop into your body and into your awareness in a compassionate and kind and sometimes playful way. We'll start with the centering and breathing, and then we'll move into some warm-ups. And then from there, we will move through some postures and then relax at the end. And just to say, so actually, I'm just going to pull this up really quickly. I meant to do this before. I knew I was forgetting something. So last week, I sent you guys a link, and apparently it didn't work. So typical, of course. So the link is for, sorry, I'm just looking at I'm trying to get my email to pull up because I sent it to someone else earlier. So the link is for the YouTube playlist of these sessions. So if you want to do any of these sessions again, or if you want to play back something that you didn't quite catch, we do have a playlist for that. Okay, here we go. Sorry, it's just being really slow because I exited out of my browser, my Chrome, before I turned the Zoom on, just to try to preserve any Wi-Fi. Okay. So I'm going to send you that link right now in the chat. So for everyone, yes, there we go. Okay, fingers crossed. That should be the link that you need. Just need to shut my Chrome back down, sorry. Okay, we have more. Okay, here we go. Okay, so yes, there you go. So like I said, if you ever want to play back anything that we do, I try to upload them by the Thursday each week. I'm not always successful, but I try. Okay, so let's start. So the first thing I want you to do is just find a comfortable position, either sitting up tall. You can use yoga props if you have them, or you can come down onto your back if you prefer. Use a mat if you have a mat, but you don't have to have a mat. Yoga's been around for 4,000 years. Mats have only been around for about 40. Okay, so first thing, again, find a comfortable centering position. Either sitting up nice and tall, or coming down onto your back. Just find what feels right to you. And once you find a comfortable centering position, take an inhale and roll your shoulders up. And exhale, wind them down and back. You can exhale out the mouth. And again. And one more. And relax the shoulders down. Relax the hands, however they're comfortable, either facing up or down. And close the eyes. And take a deep inhale through the nose. And then exhale, sigh or blow the air out of the mouth. And do this a few times. Inhaling calm. Exhaling, sighing out, letting go. Releasing any stress or any tension that you can just with the breath. And then as you relax here, just take the awareness up to your face and start to soften down through the brow. Relax down along the corners of the eyes and the corners of the mouth. Loosen the jaw. And then take that awareness down over the shoulders, over the neck. Take it all the way down into the hands. And just check in with your body and notice where you might be storing tension. And see if you can just start to release some of that tension simply through noticing. So sometimes we might have our shoulders up really high without realizing it, and we just want to start to let them relax down. Sometimes we might be clenching our fingers, our toes. So many, we all have our own little idiosyncrasies as well. So just notice if there's anything that comes to you right now, but where you might be feeling any tension. And see if you can just start to release some of that just through that mental noticing. And take the awareness and bring it back to your breath. And start to deepen the breath through the nose. Inhale through the nose, take the breath down into the belly so that the belly rises with the inhale. Exhale out the nose and feel the belly roll back toward the spine. So we inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. And then deepen the breath further. Inhale through the nose, fill up, belly, ribs, chest, expanding all the way up through the inhale. Exhale out the nose, chest, ribs, and belly contract. So we inhale, gently, slowly expand. Exhale, gently, slowly contract. Some of you will already know from previous sessions that this is known as a Dirga breath. This is a foundational or basic breath in yogic breathing, which is also known as pranayama. So if you're newer to pranayama, stay with this Dirga breath. Otherwise, you might try coming into your ujjayi, or your ocean wave sounding breath, by constricting in the back of the throat and the epiglottis. So it's like you're inhaling and exhaling the word home through the nose. And if you're not familiar with this breath, don't worry. You can just stay with that basic Dirga breath today. And if you're itching at all to understand that ujjayi breath more, there's also a tutorial video online that is part of that same YouTube channel that I sent you the link for. So you're welcome to look at that at any point. But for now, again, just try to stay with either the Dirga or the Ujjayi breath if you're able and comfortable with it. And let's take about 5 or so more rounds of slow, deep breath here. And if at any point your mind wanders in the practice, try to just notice the thoughts without judgment. And then take your awareness back to your body, back to your breath, back to just existing here and now in physical form. Take another breath here. And start to mentally ready yourself for movement. And in your own time and in your own way, just draw some movement back into your body, letting yourself stretch, roll around, yawn, sigh, just whatever you need. Okay. And then from here, I'd like you to take the next minute to just gradually make your way up to standing. But take your time coming up, really just stretch out along the way, be expressive, be creative, be playful. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. So just dropping into your body right here, right now, take a minute and just slowly make your way up. I just needed to turn the light on. Yeah. Okay. And then when you find your way up, just take your time again. If you're still coming up, I'm just constantly trying to adjust to make sure that you guys can see and hear me. Okay. So once you come up, I'd like you to take your feet wider than a hip distance stand. So not just hip distance, but slightly wider, just more like shoulder, something in between there. Okay, and then once you come up to standing, take an inhale, roll the shoulders up again. Oh, and then exhale them down and back. And again. And one more. And then this time as your shoulders come back, I want you to interlace your fingers behind your back and draw down through the arms so that your shoulders are just hugging around your spine there. And then put a little bend in your knees, inhale. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, hang the head, hang the arms. Let those interlaced fingers just hang back and away. Okay, draw your hands down towards your lower back. Unwind the fingers. And slowly reverse a swan dive up to the sky. And then exhale, release down. If at any point you get lightheaded, just take a moment. So if you're someone that gets lightheaded easily, or if you're a little dehydrated, just take your time when you come back up from these things. And then from here, you're still at this slightly wider than hip distance stance. We're going to take some hara twists. We're going to do it very gently. So this is an inhale through the nose, and then we exhale ha. So it's coming from the diaphragm. And we're just going to turn, picking up the opposite foot, and just take it really gently side to side. So this is going to help us warm up our back. So one of the things I want to say here is that so some of you, I know you're already yogis, okay? And so you're wondering, because I've had some emails from you, you're wondering about the fertility yoga compared to normal yoga. One of the things that with fertility yoga that in the treatment phase that you should avoid are deep twists. So that's why anytime we twist, we're keeping it pretty gentle. But twisting is also really healthy for your spine. So we don't want to dismiss it entirely. We just want to do it lightly. So we're engaging, but not in any detrimental way, okay? So we just relax the shoulders, we relax the arms, and we're going to take an inhale here. And then we exhale, turn, picking up the opposite foot, ha, 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 ha. And again, just keep it light, ha, ha, ha. So you might think about when you were a kid, if you were like me, you would probably have done this when you were a bit bored or maybe even just when you were playing, just sort of dropping into your body, letting your arms flop around. We just add a breathing exercise into it because we're adults now, I guess. No, the breathing exercise is to bring oxygen into the body because that is fantastic for the body. A few more. Okay, start to slow it down. Okay, and then gradually just let yourself swing it all the way back to center. I'm just gonna move my mat because it's moving around a bit here. Okay, now once you're back at center, again, square your toes forward, ground through your feet, and then take an inhale, lift the arms. Okay, exhale, sink the shoulders. And I want you just to start by lifting tall. So you're elongating the spine, coming into a variation on a mountain, just a slightly wider angle through the legs compared to the usual mountain. And I want you to just for a moment breathe. Feel your feet connecting down to the earth. You are here right now. And the arms are just reaching up, connecting to the sky. You are this beautiful animal here on earth right now. Take another inhale here. And then exhale. Drop your right hand down, placing it into your waist, in and up under your ribs. Inhale, lift the left arm up to the sky. Exhale, press in under your ribs. Never masochistically, but we're just pressing in and up under the ribs. Lift that left arm up and then tip over to the right, pressing out through that left hip. It's like you're between two panes of glass here. And then inhale, lift all the way back up through center. And exhale, take it now to the other side, pressing in and up under your ribs. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, tip it across. Inhale, lift it all the way back up. And then from here, I want you to interlace your fingers. I'm just going to come close to the screen for a moment. Sorry, sometimes I think that moving of the chair is a bit loud, but I don't know what else to do. Okay, so we interlace the fingers, and then I want you to bring your hands behind your head. So it's like you're forming a pillow. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, tuck the chin in toward your chest. Let your elbows hang down toward the sides of your head. And we're just working on stretching the neck there. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, turn to peek under your left armpit. So you should feel a stretch along the side of your neck then. Inhale back through center. And exhale over to the other side. Inhale center. Exhale left. Inhale center. And exhale right. Inhale center. Lift the head, lift the heart, lift the arms. And then exhale, release your arms all the way back down to your sides. Sorry. Okay. Now, what I would like you to do here is bring your feet into a hip distance stance now. So rather than slightly wider, you're bringing them into hip distance. Okay, and we're going to do one little exercise here that's going to build just a tiny bit of heat. I know that, again, it's relaxing yoga, but we also want to build some energy in the body. So we're going to have the feet squared forward, hip distance stance. Take an inhale, lift through your arms. And then exhale, sink your shoulders again. So you're opening up, receiving this evening, receiving this moment of your life. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, I want you to start to bend your knees and take your arms out at a diagonal, a bit like you want to be picked up, like you're a kid and you're back to being a kid again, and you want someone to lift you. So you're going to inhale there. And then exhale, take your bottom low, reach your arms back, come into a ski jumping chair, okay? So summer ski jumping. And then you're going to inhale and come back into chair. The thing I really want you to think about with chair, because what happens sometimes is that people lift straight up and the back is sort of in this awkward position, which is why I want you to think about reaching the arms out rather than out past the head. They're at the shoulders, okay? Another way of thinking about this is like someone's offering you a chair, but you don't quite trust them, okay? So from there, let's inhale all the way back up to standing. And then exhale, bend your knees. And this time going all the way through chair, go right back down into a ski jump. So you should just feel your quadriceps working a little. And then again, we inhale and we lift up. We're not going to do too many of these, just a few, just to say hi to the legs. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale it down. One more. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, release your arms down and then bend your knees. And then I want you to inhale, lift up to the sky. And again, exhale, sweep down. One more. And then inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, release. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale them back. And take a moment to sigh out here. Take one more breath here. Okay. So many of the classes that we do together focus on the hips because there are links between belief. Sorry, that was just a very loud scooter. I'm in Italy, so of course there's scooters everywhere. So, so one of the beliefs about the fertility yoga and just in general is the work within the hips as well can be beneficial. So it's not that we're not working the hips this week. We're always working the hips, but I don't want to only focus on the hips with you guys. So one of the things that we are going to work on today is balance. And balance is a funny thing. It can be really frustrating, and it can also tell us a lot about how we're feeling. So if our lives are out of balance, when I've gone through really bad breakups, there've been 2 in the last 10 years. For both those years that happened, I couldn't balance to save my life. So it helps to just become aware of when we're out of balance and how the body responds to that. But if you find, I'm going to stop talking in just a second. If you find that that's the case, see if you can just laugh at it, notice it, check in with it, and then just play. Okay, so we're wobbly or we're falling over. It's okay. It's okay. That's life. Wobbly and falling over, I think, could be a definition for life. So yes, so we're going to take the feet to a hip distance stance, really ground through your feet into the balls, the sides, the heels of each foot. Okay, and then I want you to zip up through the pelvis and the core like you're doing up a tight pair of trousers. What we are not doing is sucking in. When we suck in, we tend to sort of push the tailbone back. We're drawing the tailbone in as well. So it's just this nice strong core. We're strong at the center. Okay, and even if you don't believe you are, see it. You are. Say it to yourself. Strong at the center. Okay, and then roll the shoulders back. And then I just want you to shift your weight a little bit foot to foot, leg to leg. And then shift your weight into your right foot. Take your left knee, turn it out to the side, lifting your left heel up above the ankle. If that's enough, stay there. If you want to use a wall, please use a wall, okay? And then once you have what's right for you, if you want to take it further, you're going to slide that foot up into the calf. If you want to take it even further, take the foot and help it up into the thigh, whoops, but avoid putting it on the knee, okay? And then once you find what's right for you with the base of your tree pose, we're going to take an inhale and lift the arms. And then take the hands all the way up into a high namaste. So palms coming together there. And just breathe into that. And again, you have the 3 options with the legs. You can have the heel down above the ankle with the toes down on the ground. You can put it in the calf or take it all the way up into the thigh. Now, with your arms, I'm just gonna get closer again. With your arms, I want you to take your hands, so your hands are up in this high namaste. Okay, now I want you to turn the backs of your hands together. So backs of the hands together, and then take your right hand behind your left, palms come back together. Inhale, lift up as high as you can here. Try to draw the elbows behind the head if you're able. If the shoulders don't allow for that, that's okay. You take them out front instead. The idea here is we're working on opening up the shoulders and the upper back. Like most people are tight in the shoulders and in the neck, and especially if you're at a desk a lot. So we just want to do these things often too, just to help open things up. And again, you're in a balance, so there's a lot going on. Just play. If you fall out, it's okay. Who cares? Who cares, really? Take another breath there. Okay, and then I want you to exhale, and you're going to start to release the arms, and very simply just take that left foot back down to the ground, relax the arms down, take a moment to sigh out. Okay, now I want you to take your, and I realize I'm headless for a moment, that's okay. So I want you to take your right foot and take it back. So you're just taking a little step back there, and then roll over very, very gently, roll over your toes, and then bend both knees and just ever so slightly push forward. So you should feel a stretch across the front of that right foot. If you do it a little aggressively, sometimes the toes can cramp, and it doesn't even have to be that aggressive, but that's why we take it super gently, because we want to keep the toes happy. It's an area we don't get to stretch very often. Okay. Take it all the way back up to a nice hip distance stance. Okay, and then let's take 3 breaths. Inhale, lift. Oh, and exhale, release down. I'm just keeping it simple. Inhale the shoulders up. Exhale them down and back. Pull, zip up through the pelvis and the core again. Standing nice and strong. Shift the weight a little bit, foot to foot, leg to leg. This time, shift your weight into your left foot. Press as evenly as you can. And then we're going to turn that right knee out to the side, lifting that right heel up above the ankle. We keep the hips squared forward here, so we're not twisting out to the right side. And then if you want, taking that foot up into the calf or all the way up into the thigh. And inhale, lift the arms. Draw the palms together into that high namaste. Now, it can help to find a drishti, so a point on the wall or the floor where you can focus your gaze. So not me, because I move. Not your favorite cat, because they might move, but just, yeah, somewhere where you can focus the gaze. And then turn the backs of the hands together. So again, backs of the hands together. Cross left behind right. Inhale, lift. Connect deeply into your breath. Okay, exhale. See if you can very gently release, taking that right foot back down. Oh, shoulder roll and sigh out. Okay. Shift the weight into that right foot. Take a step back with your left foot. And then again, you're going to roll over the front of that foot, bend both knees, and you're just going to lean ever so slightly into that. So again, you're getting that stretch across the front of that left foot. Okay, take it all the way back up through center. Now, just want to see how much time I have. I feel like there's a lot I want to do. There's not ever enough time. Okay, so another story in life, right? So what I would like to do is I would like you to walk up toward the front of your mat. So you're about a foot or so from the front edge, okay? And then we bring the feet to a nice hip distance stance, squaring the toes forward. Okay. Now, from here, take an inhale, lift through the arms. And then exhale, swan dive, hinge forward from your hips and gently come all the way down with your upper body. So you're just hanging. Now, if your arms are in the air, that's okay. If your hands touch the floor, that's also okay. So you just want to hang the head, hang the arms. Let the legs be straight. So you're feeling a stretch from your heels all the way to the back of your neck here in Uttanasana, in the standing fold. And then give your head a few shakes, yes. And a few shakes, no. And again, yes, yes, yes. And no, no, no. Okay. Hang into that pose for just a few more breaths, just really letting your upper body be heavy. And just to say, we're going to come into only one sort of slightly stronger pose. Again, just using our quadriceps like we did a little bit earlier. And we do this, I think, because I'd like you just to remind yourself that you do have this capable body, even if it's challenging. You do. You have a body that can do lots. You're breathing right now. Your organs are functioning without you thinking about it, and it's quite amazing. So just take another breath here. And then bend your knees, take your hands down toward the ground. And I want you to take a big step back with your left foot. And then you're going to walk your fingertips either side of your right leg. So you're taking a lunge and you're up on the ball of that back foot. I want you to press through that front right foot. And then inhale, lift all the way up with your arms. So you have your hips squared forward and your right knee is bent in line with your ankle. We're not going to stay here long. This is warrior one. I want you to keep your knee pointing toward your second toe, shoulders down, chest open, nice and strong. Okay. And then we're going to take this to warrior two. So I want you to take your right arm, send it out over your right leg, and then turn out through your left heel. So your left heel is turning between 45 and 90 degrees. I'm probably not mirroring you, so I need to turn, so I am. Okay. So again, this is a strong pose for the legs, but this is doable, okay? And I want you just for a moment to look over your right fingers. Breathe into it. And then take your right toes and turn them to the side of your mat. And now I apologize because I know that sometimes you have to move yourself or your laptop around because we're not in a studio where I can move around you. It's life right now anyway, that's life. So we need to take the feet, and I want you now at a nice wide angle. So you're at a nice wide angle, toes squared forward. If you have lower back sensitivities, even turn the big toes slightly in. Take your arms out. You're a beautiful 5-pointed star. Take a nice big inhale here. And then exhale, I want you to swan dive, fold forward, hang the head, hang the arms. So again, you're letting the head hang heavy, letting the arms hang heavy, pressing through the feet so that you feel that stretch through the backs of the legs here in a nice wide angle fold. Okay. And then taking a gentle twist here. Take your right hand, either place it down on the ground, or if you're using blocks, you can use a block here, or if you've got other props you're using. If you have nothing, it's okay, don't worry. I'm only saying it for those of you that already do that. So you can either take your right hand down to the center of the ground, or if you can't reach, it's okay, let it dangle down. And then I want you to inhale, lift your left arm up to the sky. So this is a nice open twist. And this is one of the twists that we can do with relative ease and safety here, okay? And then exhale, take that hand down, and we're going to swap to the other side. Exhale, right hand coming down. Now, I want you to walk toward your right foot, and then you're going to turn out on your mat, pivoting around on your back foot. And so let me turn this down so you can see that there. Okay, so we're going to take the hands to the inside of that right foot. Now draw your left knee down. Okay, so you've got your left hand, right foot. They're all in a nice row here. Okay, and then we toe that left leg back as far as it will go. And I want you to square the shoulders forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, send the hips, send the pelvis forward, roll the shoulders back, opening through the chest and elongating through the spine. Really send that left hip flexor forward. So this is a great stretch for your left hip flexor. Our hips take such a beating with the way most of us live in contemporary times because we sit so much, we drive, we're at the computer. We're lounging, and it can be very hard on the hips. So just give this hip that stretch now. Okay. And then I want you just to start to very gently walk back, and then take that right leg back. Bring your legs either together at a hip distance stance, or you can take your knees a little wider, and you're going to bring yourself down into a child's pose, taking your forehead down, letting your belly either rest between your legs or over your legs. And just take a moment to sigh out here. Okay, lift the head, lift the heart. And I want to just give you something silly to play with. So from here, I want you to come up onto your knees. We're not going to stay there for long, so don't worry if you feel at all uncomfortable. Take your hands into prayer in front of the heart. And again, remind yourself that this is just play, okay? And then curl your toes under behind you. And then see if you can sit back into your heels and then lift up into this prayer chair. So that chair we did earlier, but the hands in prayer. So again, just to show you, knees down, And you can do it a few times if you want to play with it. So knees down, hands into prayer, toes curled under, and we lift it up. One more if you want. Okay, then inhale, lift all the way up. Oh, and then exhale, take the arms down. I realize I'm headless again. Walk up toward the front of your mat. Hip or feet hip distance stance. Take a moment, just sigh it out. And again. Okay, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, swan dive, hinge forward from the hips. Hang the head, hang the arms. Take a moment to sigh out. So you're back in Uttanasana, back in that standing forward fold. Uttanasana, this standing forward fold, it is a fantastic pose for helping to relax the body. So as silly as it might sound, if you're feeling really, really stressed, you can take yourself out just to the side for a few moments and do a fold. Okay, bend the knees. Take your hands down toward the ground, and then I want you to take a big step back with your right foot. Take your fingertips either side of your left leg, belly and chest on the inside of that left leg. Roll the shoulders back, and then I want you to push through that foot. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up into the sky. So you're taking, again, warrior one. And we square the hips forward. We keep that left knee in line with the ankle, pointing to the second toe. And again, heart is open and you are strong. And we take it to warrior two. So we take that, we take that left arm, so it's reaching out, and then that right heel somewhere between 45 and 90 degrees. And we open through the hips there. So this is a fantastic move for the hips. Breathe into it. Okay. Start to straighten that left leg out, and then I want you to turn. So all of your toes are again pointing to the side. And again, I realize you might need to shuffle a little, but it's okay. So square the toes forward at that nice wide angle again. Let the arms come down. Either turn the toes slightly in, or you can have them just squared forward. Toes in if you have lower back sensitivities, toes squared if you're just cool with it, okay? And then arms are down. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale them down and back. And then interlace your fingers behind your back again. Draw down through the arms so you're opening the chest. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, I want you to hinge forward from the hips. Hang the head and let those interlaced fingers hang back and away from your lower back. So this is that same move that we did earlier, but with the legs wide and with the legs straight. And if you end up looking up at the screen, the reason I keep coming and lifting out of the poses is just because of the microphone, so it's as audible as it can be. Take another breath here, another couple breaths here. Draw your hands back down toward your lower back, and then push through your feet. Unwind and inhale, lift all the way up to the sky. Exhale, take your arms out to a T. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Now, you're going to walk your feet toward your left foot this time, and then come back into that lunge, dropping the right knee this time. So now we've got the left knee in line with the ankle, and we have left foot, left hand, right hand, all in a line. And we square the shoulders forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll the shoulders back, opening up through the chest. So it's a bit like a cat that wants to be petted. So if you put your hand and your cat was reaching up into it, but we're not lifting through the chin at all for that, just through the top of the crown. So we're not cranking the neck at all here. Take a few deep breaths. Okay. Start to roll it back. Take that left leg back. And again, we're going to take a child's pose, Garbhasana, either with the legs at hip distance or the knees slightly wide, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And we just take the belly again over or between the legs, forehead down, relax the arms. Oh, and just take a moment to sigh out there. And sometimes it can feel quite nice to sway in this pose, just to let the hips roll side to side and to let the forehead roll. Just let the hips dictate that roll. And bring it back to center. Take another breath here. So slowly start to roll your body all the way up. And then all we want you to do is start to unwind your legs, your body, however is comfortable to you. And then bring yourself down onto your back. And then once you've come down onto your back, you can either keep the knees bent at a hip distance stance, or you can extend the legs out if that feels okay to your lower back. So find what's right for you. And then take a moment to sigh out. Okay. And then reach the arms up into the sky, grounding your shoulders. Take hold of opposite elbows in opposite hands. And then draw your right elbow down to the right side, like it's acting as an anchor, drawing the left arm across, letting the left shoulder lift. You should feel a nice stretch through the left shoulder there. And inhale back through center. And exhale over to the other side. Inhale back through center. And then exhale, release your arms. Let the head relax. Close your eyes. And just sigh out any last times that you would like to sigh. And then once you have sighed out a few times, just let the natural rhythm of your breath take over again. Feel your eyelids become heavy over your eyes. Imagine that they become so heavy that it is as if they could no longer even open. Feel the back of your head and the backs of your shoulders relaxing down. Feel your arms and your legs just melting. And as you relax here right now, I'd like you for a moment to just appreciate how strong your body is. Maybe you don't feel strong, but really take a moment and recognize the fact that every illness you've ever had, you've survived. You're here right now. Every injury you've ever had, you've survived. And just remind yourself of that you have this body that is the body of someone who survives, who lives, who's here right now. And take a moment to really thank your body for all that it does in any given moment. Breathing, pumping blood around, all of the electrical synapses in your brain, your ability to hear and taste, to see, to touch, all the smells. It's so easy to focus on the things that we don't want or the things that make us unhappy. It's so easy for all of us to do. But see if you can just take some moments to appreciate exactly what is right now. Studies show us that practicing gratitude is one of the quickest ways to change patterns in the brain and to actually help us to live happier lives. So just take a moment to practice gratitude right now for what is. And take your gratitude back to your breath and start to deepen your breath. And then draw some movement back into your fingers and into your toes. Let them dance. And then roll to one side and bring yourself all the way back up to seated. And when you come back to seated, just take your hands into prayer in front of the heart. Gently bow, honoring your body, your light, your practice, this earth. And thank you all so much for being here this week. Same time next week, 5:45 in the UK. You're welcome to share if you're in any if you're in any support groups or anything like that and you want to share and people want to join, that's always fine. So thank you all so much. One thing, just one small thing I wanted to say. Obviously I can't see you, I don't know you. So some of you are going to have an easier time with this, and some of you are going to have a harder time with some of this. And it's all okay. Everything from beginner to advanced, it's all okay. Okay, so I started doing yoga when I was 19, and I had thyroid cancer, and I was doing yoga during the treatments, and the warriors killed me. Those poses we were doing today, like I was dying. So just know that we all start somewhere, okay? Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. Have an amazing week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Ciao.